You ever just get songs stuck in your head?
Occasionally.
Because I usually listen to EDM.
Oh, so you just have like a beat. You have like a beat in your head.
Yeah, so it was like do 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 do. So I've been just grooving lately, man. And sometimes I find the song and I just listen to it.
Oh, so I did that. You know, is that grind at all?
I think after a podcast with Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah. That's tough.
I don't think they can sing it.
Can they? Well, I don't know.
Because it's up to right here.
Okay. Go lay down.
For anyone who doesn't know, his dog Harvey is hanging out.
There we go. There we go. We're in the podcast for a second.
First appearance.
All right, go lay down, buddy. Yeah, after he was on Joe Rogan, I mean, he released his newest album like, oh man, it was like last week maybe.
Good.
And there's like one song on there that I've just like, I mean, it finishes, I just like repeat. Like I just listen to it all the time. And then I'm gonna burn it out, and I'm never gonna listen to it again.
Yeah.
But like that's what I did with this. That's what I did with his original album. Like when his original album came out, just constant. Now it's like I'm just like, oh, skip.
Especially when you get a good chorus going.
Yeah.
You just get it stuck in your head. You just want to grind it. And like, just keep talking about it. Not talking about it, but keep singing it.
Yeah.
It gets bad sometimes because I'll have a liked playlist on my Spotify.
Oh yeah.
And like the top 3 songs are like my favorite songs. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, I need to find some new songs.
Yeah.
I don't like skip.
Yeah.
It just gets bad.
Well, that's why I get real like anal about my like how I have my Spotify set up. So I have like all these different playlists, and then I'll just burn through like like you said, like with the life, like I'll have a playlist, I'll add songs to it. I'll just move like, okay, now I'm listening to these new songs for like a month. Okay, then I listen to these new songs for like a month, and I just don't listen to that. Skips. I'm just skipping through that whole part of the podcast or the playlist. But that's how I kind of get a lot. It's hard to find new music. I feel like now. You know, like on Spotify, they'll do like
Discover Weekly.
Or like if you listen through like a whole, I don't know, just like you listen through your playlist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then it starts playing songs that think you'd like.
Yeah.
So then it'll start doing like the Daily Mix 1, Daily Mix 2, Daily Mix 3. Well, so it's like I'll listen from stuff in those daily mixes, but then it stops, like in the other ones are like, oh, something you like, and it's like, well, yeah, like you're just playing stuff that I already listened to. It's like you're not giving me anything new. Yeah. You're just like, oh, you might like this, but yeah, I do like that. I listen to it like in this daily mix like every day. Like, give me something completely. Then it's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Like it's so brutal.
I think they need to switch their AI algorithm.
Yeah.
A little bit, because I get that problem too.
Yeah.
Where it's just like the same songs, but it's just in different. Keep trying to get it.
Pause.
I'm gonna see if my water ball's in my car real quick.
Yeah.
Borrow some water.
Yeah.
I'll grab a water bottle, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. If you just want to grab a cup out of the cupboard.
Yeah.
Do you call it a cup or do you call it a cabinet? Or do you call it a cupboard or do you call it a cabinet?
Cabinet.
How do you go? I go back and forth.
You got a Brita?
Okay.
Brita.
I don't know what you can drink. I got bottled water, but
I can just do this.
you get you down on a gin and tonic. I got tonic water.
Do you like sparkling water?
So I'm confused. Okay, let's do. Hold on.
You want to just pause?
No. Let's get back because I want to talk about this too. I don't know what. What were we just talking about?
I don't remember. But we got
Songs.
some water.
We're talking about songs. But sparkling
Yeah,
water. You
yeah.
asked me about sparkling water. What is the difference between sparkling water and a seltzer?
Seltzer has flavor, right? And sparkling water is just
Well-
water with carbonated bubbles. Alright?
Well, seltzer has bubbles though.
Well, then is it a pop? Is it a soda? At that point?
No, see, because I'm confused. Because you can get like just a tonic water or like a soda water, which is like that's more of a seltzer because those are like bigger like CO2 bubbles. Like a seltzer, not a seltzer, like a sparkling water.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
of it more in like it has more of like a soda type carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like a
Is it Pierre?
no. See, I think that's more of a seltzer.
You think there's more of a seltzer? Isn't that more of...
Well, now I don't know. You could go down a rabbit hole because like now you have like LaCroix. What's LaCroix? That's a seltzer, right?
What is... I don't think I've ever had LaCroix.
Oh, if you look it up real quick, you'll recognize it. That's a seltzer to me. Then I mean, obviously you have hard seltzers, which are like Trulies and White Claws, and like now everybody has a hard seltzer.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But doesn't that have flavor in it though?
I think you can put flavor in both. You can put flavor in anything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that has flavor, but you can get non-flavor like Perrier,
Sparkling water.
like Perrier. See, that calls it a sparkling water.
Yeah.
That's a sparkling water. That's a seltzer to me. Like a sparkling water is like, you know.
But it says sparkling water in its name though. It's on the label.
I don't agree. Like,
I don't agree with your business.
I think they're wrong. But like, so if you have, I can't even think of a drink. Like, if you can go get like a flavored water, like a Propel, but that's just water.
It's flavored water.
Yeah, but it has the consistency of water. It doesn't have bubbles in it.
Yeah.
So, but then there's like in between no bubbles and like a seltzer level bubble to me. There's like sparkling water to me is like little bubbles.
Compared to would you say
'Cause you know-
seltzer's more of like a pop?
Oh yeah.
Or is that just totally different? Or is
No,
that
no,
the same
no, no.
category, just in the same
Yeah.
family?
So earlier I said sparkling water I think is more like soda consistency with the bubbles, but seltzer is more soda consistency with the bubbles. Because that's how they do soda, is they take the syrup and then they take like the CO2 water
Yeah.
and they mix them together. So it has like, but the CO2 water is basically what a seltzer is. Like it's just that water, but they
Yeah.
just put like flavor in it.
Yeah.
But then there's like sparkling water to me is like smaller bubbles and more
It's more sharp.
and more flavor.
More flavor?
Yeah, because a seltzer, like if you have like a LaCroix or like even a Truly,
You know, I don't think I've ever had that LaCroix, but I've had a Truly's for sure.
have you had like one of like the bubblies or whatever? Like it's like the Great Value brand, I think, of like maybe not Great Value, but it's like its own brand.
I'm not a sparkling guy, man.
What's a seltzer? You're a seltzer guy.
I'm definitely a seltzer guy.
You're a hard seltzer guy.
Yeah, hard seltzer guy. I'm not just gonna drink just a flavored sparkling.
I might have
Water.
I might have a LaCroix in the fridge right now. I'll be right back.
Let's try right now.
I don't really like the flavor that we have, but
Really? Well,
yeah, I got a LaCroix right here.
so what? So you're saying? Let me get this right. So sparkling water is a lot different than seltzers. You're trying to say they're different.
Here, so I'll.
Well, obviously hard's different because it has
I'm making a
alcohol.
bunch of noise with the fridge. I'm not hearing anything you're saying. We're keeping this in the podcast, by
Absolutely.
the way.
So sparkling water is different from seltzers, but isn't
That's my opinion.
isn't seltzers?
Well, see, I have
It's
a
a hard seltzer.
LaCroix right here, and it says sparkling water on it.
It's not sparkling water,
But it's a seltzer.
but you think it's a seltzer.
That's how I classify it.
I feel like it's the same. I think we're talking about the same thing here. See, that looks like just water.
But look, you can see the bubbles right there on the rim.
Just a water with a kick.
Okay, so try that. Tell me that's not just the exact same.
Well, obviously it has a smell.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
it's got flavor. So the flavor is raz cranberry. That's not really necessary, or that's not really like relevant to what we're talking about.
See, that's different than that's sharp.
You think that's different than a
No.
Truly?
Truly's a lot the carbonation wise is a lot poppier. That's not as, I don't know how to explain it. It's not.
You don't think the bubbles are as big?
Yes.
You think this has smaller bubbles than like a Truly?
Yes. I think
Maybe
so.
it does a little bit. But my one, I would drink seltzers all the time. But here's so sparkling water. But then what is this other beverage that I'm trying to describe to you right now? The one in between.
So you have this, and this is like, I remember drinking Pierre. Is it Pierre? You know
Perrier.
what I'm saying? Perrier. There you go. I remember drinking that, and that's reminds me of that.
Well, that's more of a seltzer to me.
It's not what?
Well, I'm just thinking. So I gotta like I don't know if we're gonna have to like take the podcast on the road to Walmart so I can go like show you one of these drinks. But there are like water drinks that are zero everything, like just like one of this. What this is?
Sparkly water.
But it has.
It's attacking.
But it has different. It's a different consistency entirely.
See, this is a sparkling water to me. It's literally flavored, barely flavored.
This is Well, that's how Trulies are. But they're getting away from that. Like the original. Remember, like original Trulies and like original White Claws.
Yeah.
They have this type of like flavoring.
True.
Where it's like
barely anything.
It's like over. It's like the flavor's like over here when you drink it. Like it's not in your mouth. But then now they're kind of getting more towards like I feel like Truly is like moving more towards like a Smirnoff Ice type drink.
More flavor.
Yeah, like a lot more flavor and like less thicker carbonation.
Yeah. Well, because this I don't have to burp every single time I take a sip. This I can drink it and be like, okay. I don't have to burp.
Oh, these are like really. It's like really. That's like really like. Really bubbly today.
That's really bubbly.
That's like really.
Even more
that's
than
more.
seltzer? I feel like a seltzer has more. Because like when you take a sip and you still feel those bubbles and you have to go at the end.
Well, you just.
Yeah.
Sorry, you had like 3 sips. That's like this like highly carbonated.
You know, I think this is like depending on the person, but I feel like a Truly or a seltzer has more bubbles than this.
Damn it! You know what we're just gonna have to do. I mean, I'm gonna like for the next time we record an episode, I'm gonna go buy you one of these other types of what I consider a sparkling water to me. Because this is a seltzer. This is a seltzer to me. This I akin this to like a Truly. Like this is a non-alcoholic Truly to me.
We'll just have to have all the drinks out.
Yeah, that's well. I gotta go. I gotta go get you one of these other drinks. Like, well, you'll have to taste test it.
We got some in the house. We got some Trulies. I forgot what kind, but it has a little bit of sugar in it, some more flavoring in there. We don't have the. I think.
Yeah, well,
nice
like I said, they're getting more towards like a Smirnoff Ice or like a.
Dude, Smirnoff Ices are good.
Oh yeah. But I mean, so like what like all those types of drinks are like like the Simply Lemonades, like their hard drink now. Like a Mike's Hard Lemonade is kind of what like the Trulies are getting towards. Mm-hmm. Some of their drinks like like they have all the different types of ones outside of just the regular flavors.
Yeah. Like
all of those ones they're getting closer and closer to just making Mike's Hard Lemonades. In my opinion, they're getting away from the seltzer, which I'm okay with. I'm not a big seltzer guy.
Yeah, I just like it because there's no sugar in it. Got the sensitive teeth.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, that one's not bad. The other one that I had is not very good.
I don't know. I'll drink anything CO2 wise on occasion.
So I mean, what do you drink like daily? Like, what's your go-to beverage?
I really like just water, and then lately,
I'm a big water guy.
Yeah,
big water.
And then lately, I've been getting powdered Gatorade. So I just get a scoop of powder, just throw it in my 32 ounce, and that's what I start the day with.
Yeah.
And then I drink.
You're starting the day with Gatorade?
I'll drink a little bit of water, whatever I have left from last night, and then I'll throw it in 32 ounce. I'll fill it with water and then Gatorade, and then hydrate and electrolytes.
And then you're going straight into coffee?
And I'm straight into coffee.
When are you having your first sip of like clean water? Not like post lunch, right? 9 a.m. Well, you're up early.
Obviously, I'm up at 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, so you're going like almost 6 hours without just straight water.
I mean, there's water. I mean, of course, a lot of sugar, and then some sodium. So I mean, it's kind of hydrating me, kind of not.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do like. I mean, I can't function if I just don't drink water.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people can just get up. I saw this video of this dude. He said he hadn't drank water in like 9 years. And so then he started like, his friends challenged him to like chug a gallon of water. Got halfway through, he started like vomiting water. Just he didn't drink water. Like people don't drink water, dude. They're drinking Gatorade. They're drinking like iced tea. They're drinking soda.
Yeah.
They're drinking juice. They're drinking everything but water. Like they're not just drinking straight water.
Yeah. I mean, I drink at least 32 ounces of the Gatorade powder.
Yeah.
Obviously, and then I drink at least the rest. You know, I take that back. Sometimes I drink another 32 ounces of Gatorade.
You're
And
drinking
then
64
water.
ounces of Gatorade?
Almost.
That's a lot of fucking Gatorade, man. That is like so much Gatorade.
But it's Gatorade, bro.
That is like
Dude,
an
I gotta be
obscene
honest.
amount of Gatorade.
You know, I've been drinking a lot of sugary stuff, and this thing has a lot of fucking sugar in it. The powdered stuff. So maybe I'm drinking too much. You know,
What has a lot of sugar in it?
the powdered's at least 40 grams in each like serving can like.
Oh, the
scoop or
Gatorade?
whatever. Yeah. So it's like powder, but it also has sodium. So I mean, you get your electrolytes.
Yeah.
Supposedly. So maybe I just need to drink just straight water, because maybe
Well, that stuff's good. You know, like the liquid IV.
it's.
Like-
I mean, that's what I'm pretty much trying to get
it's
at.
just like, I mean, that's just like, it's when you drink like liquid IV, because liquid IV is like way more like concentrated.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to like
Yeah.
really rehydrate you,
Mhm.
and that's like, they're like salty. If you drink them, like you
Yeah.
kind of get the salt flavor.
Yeah.
But that's supposed to like kind of, I guess it really rehydrates you. So like, but I mean,
I think I just need to straight.
you can
straight water.
do some Gatorade. Gatorade's not bad. It's just really sugary.
At least I'm not drinking 64 ounces of straight Dr Pepper though,
Yeah,
and
that
that's the only thing,
that'd be bad.
dude.
You're kind of you're riding like a fine line there though.
I am riding a fine line because that's a lot of sugar in it,
Yeah.
but it's not. as
But
much
everything
sugar
else
as
is good.
A root beer. Yeah. I mean, so
Yeah. Well,
I
I
do
hope
drink.
to God you're not waking up and drinking 64 ounces of root beer. I would. Yeah, dude. I mean, if you wake up and drink root beer, you need to be in a straitjacket. like that's just an insane drink to drink in the morning. But yeah, no, like I'm
starting the day. With
starting the
that.
day with
Bourbon
with
everywhere.
root beer. That's nuts. But I mean, I think the Gatorade thing's okay. It's just really sugary. I would probably cap out at like 1. Like,
I think you're right.
And then after that, like I think I go water.
You know, I think it's more one of those things where I just have a fucking sweet tooth, and so I just need.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just need.
I mean,
to
I don't know
get
why
some
I'm
Gatorade.
saying anything. You're in like way better shape than me. Like,
I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean,
I'm just like,
I move a lot.
yeah. I mean, I just haven't worked out in a long time,
Yeah.
and I just don't like my schedule's so busy. I don't feel like I have like the opportunity to like eat healthy, you know, like
Mhm.
meal prep.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna take the time to do
Take some work. Take some.
that. I'm not gonna do that.
Especially going to the store, you have to have it planned out. Like, what are you doing? When we were at the old house, Sarah and I were really good with that for like
Yeah.
2 months straight, and then we moved to the new house, and then it's just kind of
It's hard.
we'll eat when we eat.
Yeah. I mean, and you have a child,
Yeah,
and that kind of makes everything
Yeah.
slightly more difficult.
and we've been good about it, but this lately it's just been.
I'm gonna blame Burger King for releasing that chicken wrap
Dude,
because I've
you
had.
need to stop talking about this chicken wrap because I'm gonna go ham like you did earlier.
I'm afraid to tell you how many I've eaten this week. Like it's like I've been to Burger King 3 times and I've had over 10. Like I had 5 like an hour before this.
Well, that's one of those things where it's just so easy and they're so small.
Oh, they're so tiny and they're so small. Like I got 5 of them and it was not even $15.
like $15 is like a good price for a meal. Today.
Yeah, and I was like stuffed.
Yeah.
Like it was like a lot of food for $15.
I mean, your objective was met today.
Yeah.
Your objective was met.
And then for lunch I had like tuna and rice.
Yeah. You doing tuna and rice? Wait, you doing like canned tuna or you cooking?
Canned tuna.
You are doing that?
Yeah. Courtney picked up something, so I just doing
Yeah.
tuna and rice.
Yeah.
It's been so easy.
What have you been putting on?
Hoisin.
Hoisin?
hoisin sauce. Have you not had hoisin?
I don't think we've ever had hoisin.
Dude, hoisin is life
Did
changing.
you get what? What would you
It's
compare it to?
It's like it's Asian in heritage,
Mm.
I guess if you can. Heritage of the sauce in well, what would that word be? It's origin.
There you go.
It's Asian in origin.
There you go.
I don't know. It tastes. It's so unique.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so me and my dad would go to like, we love like Asian food, so we do sushi, Chinese, but like we're like really big into Vietnamese food. We're like really into Vietnamese food. So you know, you go get like pho or have like, you know, all that type of stuff, and they always have like sriracha and hoisin like on the table.
So you have the red bottle, right? And
Yeah, so you have hoisin. Then like it's the brown sauce.
It's like kind of like soy-ish kind of sauce.
It's thicker. It's pretty thick.
I like thick sauce and like a rice kind of thing. Though.
Yeah, it's really No, it's delicious.
I bet you have tried it. I bet you have.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I mean it's amazing. And then, or I'll do like that Japanese barbecue sauce, the Kinders.
Yeah, that one's good.
That one like always seems to like mess with my stomach though. So I kind of
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
You know what? Now that I think about it, because I was doing quinoa. I'm gonna check the phone real quick.
Yeah.
I was doing quinoa, the canned chicken or canned tuna, and a little bit of egg. We're good. And I would do like a lot of that sauce.
Yeah.
And then like the next day it'd be bad.
Yeah.
I'd go to battle.
The one where like you're like taking all your clothes off, you gotta hop in the shower after,
Yeah.
just going to war, just yelling.
Dude, a couple times I was at work because
Yeah.
you know I'm out there at 4 a.m.
Oh, that's
So like I have to go
that's
to the
prime
restroom there.
morning bathroom time. Yeah.
Dude, sometimes when it gets bad, I'm going like 5 different like separate occasions. That's like fuck, man.
So I had that, you know, I'm taking those prescriptions because I had that upper respiratory thing I was telling you about. Well, I'm getting tested. Like I'm getting all these tests. Like they're like the guy's asking me. The guy's asking me questions, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, oh, you had a sore throat. Like it's all this stuff. Like now you're coughing. All like whatever the COVID symptoms are, like headaches, sore throat, chest congestion,
Yeah.
like. He's like, you have diarrhea? And I'm like I don't. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know. Like I went like 3-4 times yesterday, 5 times. And he's like, what, running? And I was like, it's like soft. He's like, yeah, that's diarrhea. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like that's kind of standard.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going. Like I'm not like a once a day, once every other day kind of guy. Like I'm like,
Gonna be a couple times.
I'm a few times a day.
I'm usually one. I'm usually once a day, maybe. Well, like,
I don't know, I just got a real finicky stomach, dude.
mm-hmm.
It's so finicky.
Do you think it's with what you've been eating, like your diet? Do you drink enough? My question is, you obviously like water. Do you think you drink enough water? Because usually
I mean,
you have to stay hydrated for the poop to be firm.
On a good day, I'm like, this is 24 ounces. I'm like 3 or 4 of these bad boys.
Yeah.
How many? Well, that's like 60,
72.
48.
You do 3.
Well, 2 of these.
74.
2 of these is 48. 2 of these is 48. So that's 96 if I get 4 of these.
Mm-hmm.
So how many ounces are in a gallon?
I'm pretty sure it's 124.
Hey Siri, how many ounces are in a gallon? 128.
Okay. Did you start a timer?
Oh no. Do you just want to keep riffing, or do you want to?
We keep riffing. Just start one right now. Just.
Okay, also.
I guess we keep riffing. Whatever. Anyways, you said 128.
128 is a gallon.
I swear.
So I'm like 4. I'm like too shy of getting a gallon of water. But then I'll drink like a Body Armor or like a Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'm a light Body Armor guy. You know, Body Armor Light, sugar free. Still has a lot of flavor. But then like at work, like they'll have like events and we'll like not everything will get used.
Yeah.
So we'll just end up with like free stuff. So like me and like my office mate had a pallet of Gatorade. Not a pallet,
Really?
not like a whole pallet, but like a
Yeah.
you know, like we had like
Couple
it was, like,
cases.
like like a case of Gatorade.
Yeah.
So that's it was like so we've just been he took a lot of them and that's fine. But
You're a little angry?
I'm not like upset about it. Like
I
only got like a few, but
Yeah.
no, I put them in my mini fridge. So I'll have like a Gatorade around them or like a Body Armor.
Gatorade's nice.
I think
good.
I think it helps. But I'm not. I'm not having 60 miles of Gatorade.
Okay.
Though.
You gotta try it.
That might be.
Well, for a while there, I was putting, those Mio stuff. It's a
Like a squirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would do something like that in my 32 ounce, and then I was like, wait a minute, you can get powdered Gatorade stuff. So
the
I'm gonna do
Mio
that.
has to be better.
You think so? I mean, it doesn't have sugar. From what I saw, it doesn't have sugar, but it has like just a little bit of flavoring in it. So it's got to be better than all that sugar. So
Yeah.
maybe I need to just start
Well,
getting that again.
so they do they have these great value packets that are like the beverage flavor packets, but then they're sugar free. But you can get some that are like regular and some that are like caffeinated. So I'll do I have some of those. I would do those sometimes. Is he just begging to get
Attention, maybe?
dude? Go lay down, buddy. You'll be alright.
Okay, just a little bit longer.
Oh, you can push it down. Yeah, there you go. We're recording, bud. Go lay down. Go lay down. Dude, really, we're really flowing up here. You're kind of killing it,
Yeah.
bud.
That's
Okay.
what Daisy is, dude. Do you think it's the energy aspect?
Yeah, it's just the way our schedules have been so hectic. It's
Yeah.
just getting you get home 6, 7, maybe later. Courtney has to work late, and then maybe 8 o'clock, and then late dinner, and then it's 9 o'clock.
You're not feeling it.
I'm like, I can't do a walk right now.
Yeah.
I just can't. Then I gotta get up early and go back to work the next morning. It's nonstop. It's still I gotta work tomorrow, and then Monday's Labor Day, and I'm probably gonna go to work Monday just so I can stay caught up.
Yeah.
So it's I'm working 6-day weeks, 7-day weeks sometimes.
That's just how life is, man.
Yeah.
That's one thing as an adult that I figured out here in the last year and a half is just life. You can't stop. It's always a grind.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things. It kind of sucks. Though, is no matter if I go to work tomorrow or I go to work on Labor Day, I'm not making any more money because I'm on salary. I'm not getting paid for that overtime that I'm doing. Working on the weekends, working on holidays. I'm not getting paid any extra for that. I'm still cashing the same check every month.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks.
That's
why I really being self-employed sounds so nice because it's the amount that I put in, the amount of work that I put in, I'm gonna see the benefits of that.
Yeah.
Not just the same check every month.
Yeah. Well, what would you go into? Obviously
No clue.
we're doing this, but
No clue.
in reality, I would love to get seen. I'd love to get really big,
Yeah.
but in reality, are we really gonna get something? Well, yeah, I love doing this. This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm having a good time.
But will we be able to get sponsors? Or will we be able to?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but then I don't know what else I would be doing other than what I'm doing.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What would you get into? Because I was saying, what the heck would I get into? Because you see the things on Amazon dropshipping. You see that kind of thing where you are a seller on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I was looking into it the other day where you buy from this really cheap website. You don't know.
Oh yeah, Alibaba or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have a setups where it buys from there, goes on your website, and then the people will buy from Amazon. So it's a whole little thing.
Yeah.
And so you just pretty much stand by and get money. And that's how some of these people make $10,000 a day.
Yeah.
But you have to get the right product. I'm how are you getting the right product? How are you? Because that's an entrepreneur thing you could do. But I feel that's all up to chance.
I feel like that I don't even know what to call that, but that I feel like that's we missed the boat on that.
You think it's too late?
I think that's played out. I think that's everybody's doing that now, and I don't know if you could get into that. It's pretty saturated. I feel because it's just it's the Bitcoin thing. I think we missed Bitcoin.
I know what happened to me.
I feel but if we would have invested,
obviously.
If I would have gone back 20 years ago and invested in Amazon or whatever,
yeah.
but if you would have done it in 2014, I feel the money, the most money that was going to be made from Bitcoin has been made. I feel the money that's been made from drop shipping has been made, and the people that are in it are in it. I don't know if you can penetrate that now.
I bet you if you could find the right product, yes.
Yeah.
But I agree with your.
Well, you always, like we talk off podcast about like just wanting to invent something.
Yeah.
But I don't. How the fuck do you invent something?
Listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad, and in that book.
What's that? What's that guy's name?
I don't know. I forgot his name. Here, I'll look it up. But
keep going now.
He was talking about like I think the Rich Dad was just saying like, hey, you need to Robert T. It's an Asian dude.
Yeah.
Robert T. Kiyosaki. Anyways, but you see him on the commercials all the time about gold or whatever. I think that's him. But he was saying his rich dad would say, keep a watchful eye of something that people need.
Right.
And so like in his example was when he was younger, him and his friend noticed that a lot of people wanted comics, and he would always go to the comic store, and the comic store would always just kind of give away comics or throw away comics. He was like, hey, like I'll take those off your hands, and let me like rent them or whatever. And then he'd take them to school or have them at like his house, and then he'd have friends come over and like rent it for an hour, and they could come over and read it. And that's where he got his business from. Like it's one of his first business. So it's like you have to like watch. So like those Amazon dropshipping, like those people saw it and they're like, okay, I'm jumping in, because like people need stuff from Amazon, need to buy stuff from Amazon.
Is the drop shipping like scummy at all?
That's so I've been thinking about that because like I feel every time I think about it, I feel like a little dirty.
Yeah, I mean, because you're just like selling stuff from one website on another website.
Yeah. Well, what if that person gets like a bad product?
Well, then they could just like, why don't they just go? Well, that's the thing though. Like with like those other websites, like those wholesale websites that you would be selling it from, is like on Amazon. Like you can order them from there. You know, you get 100 for like $5.
Yeah.
But then you sell like one of them for like $5.
Yeah.
Because you have to buy them in like bulk or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the difference. Like nobody wants to go to those websites and buy like, you know, if they need a phone case, they don't want to buy 15 phone cases. They just want to buy one.
Yeah.
So they'll pay the extra money. But I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's scummy.
I think it's. On the video I saw, the guy said it was legal because that's what.
Oh, it's legal.
Yeah. Obviously, it's legal, and that's like what Walmart and all of them do.
Yeah.
Or like Aldi's. We'll just say Aldi's because they have their own products.
Yeah.
They get it, and then they sell it at a cheaper price than everyone else, and that's how they. And like it was a better product, so that's how they make all their money.
Yeah.
But it does. You know why I think you feel and I feel like it's scummy because of Andrew Tate.
Does he drop ship?
He's like he was big into that, and like he has like
that's what he did a lot.
Classes for it. I think that's like one of the things he started, and like one of the things he had, and he would just make fucking millions.
Well, Andrew Tate just feels scummy like across the board.
He always like had like a little bit of something in it.
Well,
that like looked a little scummy.
Well, I think his big thing was like he got whenever OnlyFans like popped up, like he was like hiring girls to like work for him, and they would do like OnlyFans, and he was like would manage them. So it's like kind of just like a legal like pimp.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's pretty. And then he like got arrested for like sex trafficking and stuff.
Yeah, I guess from one of the things I saw, he had like taken a woman in at home and like impregnated her and like didn't let her leave and like some weird shit. And like I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I don't
know anything
really
about
pay
him.
attention to Andrew Tate.
I don't either. I just saw some like videos.
But he was big into drop shipping.
He was big into it, or he just was like a man of many things.
Yeah.
And, like I think that's one of the things he got into. But he has like, you ever seen those things where it's like classes online? Well, like pay for this, and I'll show you how to do this certain thing. And so he has like a thing that you can pay like $50 a month, and then you have this access to like a Discord or his website where he'll have like classes to teach about dropshipping or classes to teach about getting stronger or classes for trading.
How many people like? Because a lot of people do those classes.
So on the video,
how many people like actually like make their money back on that?
just like doing the classes and trying to like do your thing.
Yeah.
And so the video I saw, this guy was trying to do, it was on drop shipping. So he learned like 4 hours worth of a class, and then it showed him how to get everything set up. And so he got everything set up within like a 7-day period. And he ended up making like his money back, about $50 back.
Yeah.
But it was like a whole process.
Yeah.
And so like, that's kind of what led me into this like drop shipping idea. But I agree, maybe it's too saturated.
You know what we could do? We could just start teaching a class on our podcast.
That's the thing, because people make like millions of dollars doing stuff like that. Well, like we can make our own. Because I've thought about that too. Maybe I don't know. But anyways,
we could make a class on podcast then.
But like people would pay for it. I mean, you guys.
Well, yeah, people would pay for it, but they would be like, "I want my money back."
Rigged. Yeah. I don't know where to go from that, but.
But anyway, so yeah, what were we talking about before that?
I don't know. But one thing I have thought about, like, how do these people make so much money? Like,
yeah, how do people like make money? Obviously they have
like that, like make
obviously
money
they have
like
like
that.
jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, there's so much money out there now. Like, what do people do that they're just making all this money? Because I know some like dumbasses
They're making thousands
that just make like so much more money than me, and I don't understand like what they're doing. But okay, so they might be like very business savvy, or they might be very good at whatever they're doing. So they're not like, I mean, but like
they were first to the market,
something like, you know, so like they're smart in one way, but like just like overall, like they're just like, they come off very like not intelligent,
Yeah.
but then they're like just rich as shit.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
I kind of get that vibe from a little bit from Andrew Tate, and then also I get a little bit of that vibe from the Paul brothers, because I feel like they're like, obviously they're just smart.
They're good at they're good at what they do.
Yes, and they obviously found a way.
But they're
and
not.
they know how to ride the wave.
Obviously, I don't know them. I don't really know anything about them.
I'm sure
but
they're
like
nice guys.
outside looking in, they're not like, you know, PhDs or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not that type of smart. They're like a different type of smart. Like they're like street smart.
Would you call that street smart, or would you call that more like cultural smart, or
I'd say they're
money
pretty
smart?
They're
You know
like
what I mean?
business savvy.
They know how to make money come to them.
They're business savvy. They're like very socially smart. Like they're very socially aware.
Yeah.
Like they like the move to boxing was like,
Super smart.
who the fuck thought that would work?
Yeah.
Because boxing's kind of like on the decline anyway. Like everybody's going to like MMA. So how the hell are these two YouTubers bringing boxing back?
I think it's the whole drama thing, and that's what makes people
Kind of,
wanna
yeah.
watch
Because
it.
like back in like the day, there's all this like they would do like the, you know, HBO. They would do like all like the backstories for the fights and all that type of stuff. Like there's drama. Like there's heavyweights.
But like nowadays, for like regular boxing, like,
I mean,
you
it's
don't
like
hear anything about it. Maybe
like boxing. Like the last like big boxing match like that I can think of was like the first Mayweather Pacquiao fight.
yeah,
But then like
Remember that.
like everybody was like into that, and that was like a huge fight. Like Floyd Mayweather made like $100 million like in one night of fighting, all this type of stuff. Like Manny Pacquiao made like 50 or something like that. But it's just like it was like the most boring sporting event I've ever seen in my life. It was just two guys just dancing around. Like
both of them are really good at defense, from what I understand.
so I
remember
think
watching that as well.
like Floyd Mayweather's like super technical.
Yeah.
Like, and then Manny Pacquiao tried to overpower him, but I don't know. It's just, but they're like featherweights or something like that. They're not
super small people.
yeah, they're not. Buddy, can you let us record, please? Can you let us record? I know, we're almost done. You're actually making it take longer. We'd probably be done already.
Almost done.
It's okay. We're almost done.
Anyway.
Just go lay down. Come here. We've just them all. Come here. But yeah, so it's like back in like the 90s and stuff, or like even like, you know, you had like, or like in the 60s, like you had Ali, like Frazier and all those people. And then in the 90s, you had like Mike Tyson and people like that. And it's like, that's entertainment. Like Mike Tyson knocking a dude out in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's badass. Like biting the dude's ear off.
Yeah.
Just being a stone cold killer.
I don't
want to watch 205-pound guys just dance around for 3 hours
and punch like with pillows on them.
Yeah, like I don't like. It's not entertaining.
I think that's why UFC has gotten so big and Bellator and all that, because like you see blood, like a gladiator kind of thing.
Oh, you're just watching two guys like try to kill each other.
And like sometimes you get like a Conor McGregor where like there's some like really good drama going on.
Yeah, he's very entertaining.
And really hated like of each other. And,
yeah, there's like a lot like in the UFC world, like there's a lot of like all those like pre-fight interviews and stuff where they're just shit talking each other. Like that's like entertaining. Like the drama's awesome. Like he's throwing water bottles at people, like
dude,
like telling them he's gonna fuck their wives, like shit like that. Like that's entertainment.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch it after that, you know.
Yeah.
I definitely love UFC. I definitely love it.
Yeah.
Especially in college. I haven't watched it lately just because.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna pay pay-per-view.
Obviously.
Yeah, I'm not paying pay-per-view.
I mean, if you have money that you don't care about.
A lot of people do.
But like then when you get to the point where like, what if there's like a 10-second fight and then like you paid $150 for it?
Well, I think they do. I mean, there's like multiple fights on a card.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like I don't.
It lasts for hours, like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't like. That's not. I mean, the last the last like fight that I like went over to somebody's house to watch. They're like, "Oh, fight starts at like 9." I was like, "Okay, so the McGregor fight or whatever is at 9." No, that's when the card started. Yeah. So I was like 3 sheets to the wind already. Like, oh, like let's go. And then it's like, wait, there's still 2 more hours. Yeah. I was like, I'm like done already.
That's how it goes.
Like my night's over here in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm drunk. Like, like I thought we were like going at. I thought it was happening at 9.
Yeah. Like, I get your money's worth, I guess.
Yeah. Like
I mean, I would love to know more about UFC, but I never really got into it when I was young.
I'm just not a big sports guy.
Yeah. I mean, you are working.
I work in sports.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I'm not watching like the NFL on Sundays.
It's only when it gets to the playoffs where I'll kind of watch it.
I mean, I watch Super Bowl every year.
Yeah.
I'll watch a little bit of the World Series. Like I'll watch the NBA Finals. You know, like all the golf majors, like the Masters. You gotta watch the Masters. Like stuff. I'll watch stuff like that. Like if America's in the World Cup, I'll watch that soccer.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not like, I don't have like teams.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, you know, I'm not like a Chiefs guy. Like I'm not like a Patriots guy. Like I'm not like tuning in every week, like giving a shit about a team. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Do you have? I mean, yeah, maybe you're probably like, what are you, like Chiefs guy?
I am a Chiefs guy, but I'm not like a diehard Chiefs guy.
Yeah.
But in high school and a little bit in college, I was like a diehard, like Kansas State fan, Chiefs fan.
Wow.
And then like I'd really follow them on social media.
Yeah.
But then like my teams would lose, and then like I'd be sad. I'm like,
yeah.
Like I don't.
Well, I mean, you did play football, so that's fair.
Yeah, and so that's when I really liked football, like pro football, especially college football. I think college football is a lot better than
I
pro.
I prefer college football. But now, like, you know, with like the NIL deal, like where they're making like millions of dollars. Like the whole point, like what I really liked about college sports was like they're playing just for like the pride of like winning. Yeah. And it's like it's a different like level. Like they're not, you know, because now you got kids like in college that know they're literally just going and playing college so they can go pro, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they want to make a career out of it. They want to make money. That's fine. But it's like they're bowing out of like bowl games so that they don't get hurt in their like in a bowl game and stuff like that. Like so, if they're like if they're a junior and they're going to go into the draft, or they're a senior and they're going to go into the draft, they don't play the last game of the year because they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, because they need to try to get that money.
Yeah, so they don't risk it. So like that's like I don't really like that.
I agree.
I'm not a fan of that.
Especially if you have like a team that's like on the edge, and so you just have a bowl game. You want your team to win that bowl game, just because like that's your team and that's a bowl game. You
got to think about it. So how many college football teams are there? Just like 1,000? Yeah, probably more. Yeah, in Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, like just I mean a lot, right? Yeah. So how many kids are on your team? Like 100? Yeah. Okay, so you have like a million college football players. Yeah. 2 million college football players, something like that. Yeah. How many roster spots are there in the NFL? Not much. Not that many. There's 32 teams.
So I mean, I understand.
So right, no, but I understand that. But my point is like, yeah, okay, so you have the ability to go pro. 99% of your college football team is not going to go pro. So like this is their Super Bowl, and like you're the star player, and you're bowing out, which like so now you're like fucking them like their football career up.
Yeah. This is something they'll talk about for the rest of their life.
Yeah, like going to the fucking
Rose Bowl.
Or the damn Liberty Mutual Bowl in
PlayStation Bowl.
Yeah, in fucking the middle
Just
of nowhere. Yeah, just in the middle of nowhere, like Mississippi or something. Like that's their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like they're like so it's just like you're bowing out because you like I get it, like save yourself, like do what you have, what's best for your career, but it's just I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then too now with the NIL, like at least they're getting paid like legally, because before it's just like did you watch the Johnny Manziel documentary?
No, we don't have Netflix.
Okay, I didn't watch it.
I want to
because I don't really give a fuck, but like
I
it's
really
interesting.
liked Johnny Manziel when he was in college. I really loved watching him.
So this is what I heard from it, right? Is that because everybody was like talking about Johnny football, right? It's like, oh, his parents are like multimillionaires, right? Like they're from Texas. Like, not true. Did you hear this? Apparently that's not true.
He was just getting all this fucking money.
Yeah, that was completely a made up lie, so that they could he could get paid under the table, and then they would think that his parents were just rich and giving him money, because he would pull up to practice in like a Bentley.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, his parents are like, worth $500 million. Yeah. They bought him a Bentley. It's like, no, boosters and people were just paying him money out the ass to play football there, and so he was just like, it was just a cover story.
Yeah. And when he started getting like real big, I bet you he got even more money coming in. I was a big Johnny Manziel guy, and I was a big Baker Mayfield guy.
Oh, yeah, I like Baker. Well, Baker played it. Baker played it at Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
good old Baker.
What's that? So what was the Reddit post you were telling me about earlier?
All right, so Sarah's showing me a TikTok. I don't know if it's true.
Okay.
But let me pull it up. So, we talked the other day. I don't think we got it recorded. It was one of those ones that fell down. But so NASA. So like we're talking about how like NASA just kind of stopped like going into space.
Did we talk about privatized space travel?
Maybe because we started talking about Elon a little bit.
Yeah, privatize. We can talk about it, but do your thing. But we'll probably get there.
So I guess like the last few months they have started instead of looking in space, they've been looking at the ocean, because the ocean is very unexplored, right?
Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
I think we need to explore the ocean.
I mean, in my mind, you gotta map the whole ocean before you ever give a fuck about space.
Yeah, you gotta know what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, because like in space, we've kind of like done what we need to do. Like we've done our galaxy.
What we can do.
Yeah, like
what we can do.
Yeah, like I mean, we've done our galaxy. We've been to the moon. Like we know what's going on with all the other stupid ass planets. They don't have shit going on.
Yeah.
Like we're looking at Mars. Cool. Okay, the sun's hot. Like we get it, right?
Yeah.
So, but what the hell's at the bottom of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause if I get it, so like if Jupiter, or Mars, had people on it. Okay, let's check that out, right?
Yeah.
They're empty.
But we can't find any.
Yeah, so so you gotta go. We have to go light years away. That information will never get back to us in our lifetimes. They're so far away to try to find life. So it's like the only hope that we have of finding life is if life comes to us. Like there's more advanced civilizations.
Yeah.
Because we're all gonna be dead by the time we're advanced enough to travel that far to find anything. So it's like, but we can map the ocean because it's literally right here.
Yeah.
Like it's here.
So what I think the ocean is to us, like in the early 1900s, like the Amazon forest, like it's just so hard. Yeah. I don't know about hard, because we do have really good technology to go deep dive, whatever.
Well, that submarine.
Yeah,
Look at
itself. But the mechanics.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Sorry for the billionaires, whatever. But I don't know why we haven't been looking at the ocean as much as we haven't.
I just don't know.
Because it's 70% of the world is the ocean.
Well, I just don't know. I don't know.
Is it worth it? We'll keep going.
Hear me out. Hear me out on this. So, space is like a pressure vacuum, right? Like if you step out of a spacesuit, you just get right?
I would think so, yeah.
Because it's a vacuum.
Yeah.
So how could we not just translate space technology to going into the ocean?
I think that's what NASA's trying to do.
Could a spaceship not survive in the ocean?
Well,
Like it's not survive with people in there?
So what the videos we're having, they have like actual submarines that can actually survive it. I think the whole thing with that submarine imploding is
Well, it was shoddily made.
Yeah, it wasn't very, very well made, but NASA has.
They were controlling it with a fucking PlayStation controller. Who the hell would get in that?
I wouldn't get into it.
No,
dude, especially with like, we have the technology to do it, and why are you going to a private person to do it?
Fucking the dude that directed Titanic has been to the deepest point of the ocean, and he did it like 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Like we were like so far past being able to do that.
Yeah.
Why would you get in the biggest piece of shit submarine I've ever seen in my life? Like what? What are you doing?
Like windows in it, and like the stuff we have now.
Yeah, there was like a window, but it was like they're like fucking on. Like what are you like? Yeah, and it's just like he's controlling. What are we doing? Like the technology's there. What is he innovating?
What were they spending like $250,000 just to go on this trip?
Just to get smushed like a fucking raisin.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, have a chance to say goodbye. Just dead.
I've heard it was a conspiracy.
I've heard a lot of.
I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories about that.
I heard it's supposed to be like a cover up for government thing.
Well, I also heard that they all just faked their deaths.
Yeah, like one of those billionaire things.
Yeah,
so now they can do whatever the fuck.
Now they're just on like
Brazil.
Yeah, now they're on an island somewhere.
And just doing
whatever
millionaires do.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So mapping the ocean.
Yeah. Well, so mapping the ocean, and then also there's a lot of life down there that we
don't know. We discover stuff all the time.
So like you would think biologists would be like, or marine biologists would be like, yeah, we got to get down there because there's so many things we need to figure out.
I feel like they are like that, but they just might not be able to like. They don't have like the fun
stuff for it,
right?
I'm sure NASA. Yeah. So if you're on NASA, I'm sure you have the funding to do it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess they do have a program for it, and they just started recently. And so this couple of videos I've seen is they were able to see like a huge, massive shark.
And like the Meg, like a megalodon. Have you seen the Meg?
Like the movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But there was one. So they saw it because this video was documenting like what they went through. Yeah. And I'm not sure if it's true, but they're saying that there was a shark that had glowing teeth down like. Really
well, there's the fish that have the light.
Yes. So I'm not surprised that there was a shark
species
that has that.
They're not screwing in a light bulb. Like what the fuck is glowing?
It's just like a luminescence. It's just like a
bioluminescence or something.
Yeah, it's just like a lightning.
Well, you're the biology guy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like a lightning bug.
Well, how the fuck does a lightning bug work?
It's one of those things, man. I don't know.
It's like a lightning bug.
Oh, I'm sure. At one of those times I would have known, but
I mean, that's
information is gone.
Oh yeah, that's I don't need it. Yeah. It's gone. But that's like, I mean, there's crazy. Like, there's fish where like they're completely see through. Mm-hmm. Like their organs are transparent. Mm-hmm. Like you can put your hand behind it and see your hand.
Yeah, it's just insane that we haven't been exploring it as much. But like this Reddit post is just insane. And like, let me go through the videos first. And like in the videos, they actually had like on video camera. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to pull it up. Anyways, but like this huge sharks that like don't have eyes, and so it's like one of those. You ever seen the Iceland shark where it just has like little tentacles for eyes, and then just kind of uses I don't know if it uses sonar or whatever, but it just kind of roams around. Like they can live for hundreds of years.
It's an Icelandic shark.
Yeah, and it just lives under the ice and just kind of swims around and bumps into things. Anyways,
I've never heard of that.
I don't know. I think it's called.
No, I trust you, but that's just crazy.
But
and they live for hundreds of years.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Do fish live that long?
Fish can live a long time. Well, I mean,
like turtles. Whales are like
whales can live for a while.
Old. Like turtles.
I don't know if they can live for 100 years old, but like they've been here for a while.
Right. Well, aren't like blue whales are the biggest creatures on Earth? So
biggest mammal, yeah, I think.
Well, I don't think there's anything bigger than a blue whale, is there?
Unless Unless megalodons are still a thing, dude.
Yeah.
Because they were saying like,
Well,
there's still parts of there's a trench that's super deep.
the Mariana Trench, yeah.
I guess there's bigger trenches than that.
That we just don't know.
That we haven't even explored, haven't even went through. But like
well, that's literally the Meg. You gotta watch the Meg. So it's a dumb action. It's a dumb action movie, but it's like I think the premise, if I remember correctly, is like they're exploring in the Mariana Trench, like the deepest point on Earth, and then they awaken slumbering megalodon.
I think the megalodon and like bigger sharks and bigger things are still
100%.
alive. And
I bet if you go,
there's not enough food. There's not enough like food to preserve itself, like in just higher, so where you can see it like on the surface. You know what I'm saying? So that's why there's smaller stuff like the sharks, like the great white, or like just smaller bull shark. That's enough. I forgot what you call it, but like enough to hold that ecosystem for those sharks. But I think and all those animals. But
couldn't they just eat blue whales?
I mean, yeah, but like then you have stuff like the big squids, and like sometimes you see on these whales, because the whales will go down deep, and sometimes the whales will come up and they'll have like scars, or like the great whites will have scars of giant squids. So like they'll have suction cup, whatever.
Does the ocean fucking terrify you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this. I don't know if you got captured it, but I don't want to be lost in the ocean. I'd rather be lost in space.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck the ocean.
Yeah, that's like, because you don't know what's down there. Like in space, you're just like, I'm up here.
It's dark.
But you got stuff brushing your legs and stuff? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, the whole ocean thing, like the bottom of the ocean thing is interesting. Because I feel like if there was a megalodon, I feel like it would just be kicking ass and taking names and just be swimming wherever the hell it wanted to.
But I think there's bigger creatures down there, so that's why it lives.
So that's why it stays down there,
because that's where it gets its food. That's where
it's creatures big enough to sustain it.
Well, have you ever heard the thing where like if you have a goldfish in like your beta fish in a small container, if you ever have a goldfish in a small container, it'll just stay out of that container.
But
if
wild,
you have a bigger one, it'll grow bigger.
Have you seen wild goldfish?
Yeah.
So they have wild goldfish off the coast of Alaska.
Yeah.
Like
huge.
150 pounds or something.
So that's what I'm saying is that down deeper in these bigger trenches, I think they hold a lot bigger sharks, and I think they could possibly have like the no eyes kind of shark, but they use sonar.
So I mean, when were megalodons around? Like 1 million years ago or something?
Yeah, I think there's still a thing. They were just kind of.
So
I don't know about a thing. Probably like a thing that derives from it. So obviously.
The original megalodon is probably gone, right?
Yeah, probably.
But then there's something that might have like.
I think that survived.
Evolved from it.
Yes.
That's like is still big, but it's built to live like in the dark.
Yes. So yeah, I think down deep, because in that video they were saying like they saw big sharks like that. They saw big fish like that.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Anyways, we'll get to this Reddit post. So it's from an anonymous guy, but it says he worked as a NASA scientific researcher, and his division was in charge of studying deep sea life in the world's oceans. So 70% of the world is the ocean.
Yes.
Deepest part is not the Mariana Trench. There are tons of underwater cave systems further down, some quite large. So I mean that can go into your kind of theory of there's like a way through the earth. You ever heard that?
Oh, I feel like I've heard about something like that. I feel like I've heard about something like that.
That was.
Do you think you could get to the center of the earth?
Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know.
I don't want to cut you off and like take you on a tangent, but were you ever like?
I don't think so.
Were you ever? Did you ever watch like or read like The Journey to the Center of the Earth? Have you? Okay, which Journey of the Center of the Earth have you watched? The newer one with Brendan Fraser. That's kind of like cute adventure movie, or did you watch like the old like 60s version?
I don't think I watched the 60s version.
So I watched that one as a kid, and I guess like kind of when you're a kid, like now it's like I don't really want to watch a movie from the 60s now. Like I just like that's not like when you're a kid. Like when you're a kid, you're like
amazing.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like as a kid, like I watched Journey to the Center of Earth from the 60s like with my dad, and it was like it fucking blew my mind. But I don't know, so I just didn't know if that's like I feel like that's like ever since then, like I've always just been like that. I feel like that's
I'm sure not like in the center of the earth kind of thing, but I'm sure there's like deep cave systems.
Yeah.
That
Well, do you
kinda
think there's
connect
like
into a big open area?
Do you think there's like locked away civilizations in there?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because like that's the whole premise of Journey to the Center of the Earth is like they get down like deeper into the earth, and there's just like still dinosaurs and stuff down there.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you go into the theory of all these cave systems connecting with the missing people,
would they run out of oxygen though?
I mean, maybe there could be a possibility where
there's trees down there. Maybe there's trees down there. That's just they have their whole ecosystems under there.
Maybe it's not like
but they wouldn't get sunlight. How'd they get sunlight?
Maybe from like lava. Do you think they get their light from lava, and that's where they get enough CO2 photosynthesis coming in? Or maybe what we think of a tree is different to them. So maybe it's like a different kind of tree-like plant.
Well, so this leads into, have you read how is that called? Time Traveler? Is that what it is? By
I watched a movie.
The one with Guy Pearce in it? Like the early 2000s one?
Yeah.
That's one. I watched that one growing up.
Yeah.
But so that's based off a book. I think it's called The Time Traveler. I think it's by H.G. Wells. I read that recently.
Yeah.
And so basically, you've seen the movie. The book is slightly different, but it's a similar premise where he creates a time machine and he like accidentally goes like hundreds of thousands of years into the future.
Yeah.
And then in the book, there's essentially like there's like a species of like not even like human anymore, but like kind of human, and they live like on the surface of the earth, and there's a species of like ape-like humans that have been like pushed underground, and they live underground in complete darkness. But they like make everything for the people that live on the surface. And but then they'll come up and like steal, because like they like on top of like the surface of the earth, like where like they live, I mean outdoors, not underground, they're like little people that they have like this weird language, and like they just eat fruits and like stuff like that. Like they don't like, it's not like a society as it is today. They're very scared and timid because there's really nothing going on anymore on the earth.
Yeah.
So but then like underground they're like these like pale white like ape-like people.
Yeah. That
live under them. They'll come up and they'll like steal the people from up above and like eat them. They're like cannibalistic. And it's like it's like all machines and stuff down there. So that maybe it could be something going on like that. There could be like, so it could be like if they're living like under the ocean.
Wouldn't be surprised. Well, you have UFOs, and then you have, I forget what you call it, is it UAPs, but there's like UFOs that come out of the water. Like you hear people from the Navy like saying that. You ever heard of that?
I have.
You have the UFOs that come from above.
Yeah.
And you have UFOs like unidentified, like water, or whatever, that come from the water. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something like a civilization that's under the ocean, or
I think
like Atlantis.
We've talked about Atlantis on here, right?
Yeah.
Or did that get fucked up?
I probably got messed up. I think a lot of our good stuff, I think we might need to recover in different episodes, because I don't think
That's fine.
Got covered.
But like, I mean, there's not like mer people, are there?
I don't think so. Well, let me read this,
keep going.
So he has two different case studies that were hidden, like the government didn't like let anyone know.
Yeah.
And so he's just an anonymous guy. And so this case study 1. So Montesira oil rig diving incident. I was involved with a study sanctioned between NASA and private corporation to investigate unknown anomaly. Metal parts at the bottom of the rig taking damage, unknown source, and a dive team of 3 was sanctioned to investigate it. The dive did not go well. Something we'd never seen before was down there with the divers. We do not know much about it, but I can tell you what we do know. It resembles an extremely intelligent class of giant cephalopods. I'm pretty sure that's squids
Yeah.
of some sort. More intelligent than any other sea creature ever encountered. They are strong and I think it's carnivores. I think that's what it is. Carnivores and extremely large. It's theorized they propose damage to purposely damage the rig to lure humans down deep. It's unknown what they normally eat or why they sometimes decide to target humans, but it is clear that they will not hesitate to eat us.
Is this real?
I don't know.
Or is this
From
like,
an unknown source, or if it's, or it might be just a fun.
or is it like kind of like a fun, like dramatic, like,
It might be a fun dramatic thing, but
you know what I mean?
it
I'd buy it, but then
It's
whenever you kind of like, I buy the premise, right? Like I do
Yeah.
think that stuff's down there, but then like,
the next one gets kind of a little like.
what do you mean? Go for the next one.
Well, so these 3 divers were attacked, and like
Yeah.
these squids like knew how to like take off your mask and like really like get at you, and they weren't able to be stabbed. So I don't know. That doesn't sound real. And so
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, obviously, that goes back to our thing. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't
what's
know.
down there, and then it was saying
But
that
that
they were
sounds
using tools.
That sounds slightly fictional.
It does sound slightly fictional, but also
We don't know.
we don't know. And then the second one was a missing ship log. Let me just find like, I really need to highlight like the best parts of it. Let's see. The beings that took the ship disappeared, or down should be avoided at all costs. To this day, public does not know anything about the U.S. ship disappeared. Perhaps creatures can be blamed for their other missing ships that we cannot prove. So these cephalopods engage the ship at night, surprise attack, and damage beyond repair. They drag down survivors, including many other lifeboats, using their tentacles, and left no trace of their encounter. They are clearly incredibly strong and can easily hold humans underwater, drowning them. There's theories that they may even desire or derive pleasure in killing, shown by them flashing certain patterns on their bodies immediately upon taking a life. Although this story is just a theory, so it's just a theory. So like these squids are just so smart that they're just killing.
There's
people.
like giant killer squids.
Yeah.
That enjoy killing people.
And they use tools, and so like that can go into like the Bermuda Triangle.
And they use tools.
Yeah. It says somewhere in here where like they'll use not like tools that we think, so maybe like a rock or something.
Okay. I mean,
You know what I'm trying to say?
They're not down there like using screwdrivers.
You gotta watch out on that screw this shit.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about. I mean, I bet there has to be. I mean, dolphins are highly intelligent.
Very intelligent.
Like dolphins and whales are highly
So
intelligent.
this is where it gets kind of like I think it could be possible, but also I don't know.
Okay, but you don't think there's mer people, like mermaids and mermen?
I don't think there's mermaids or mermen. I think there's maybe like these octopuses. I bet you those people kind of derived it from that.
So what about like not like Ariel type mermaids, right?
Yeah.
But they could be a lot more like sea creature-esque.
Yeah.
You know, like really sharp teeth, like really they're not like pretty fucking like attractive mermaids.
Yes.
Like they're
it's not like a human being kind of.
No, but it's got like arms and like digits, and it's got like a tail, and it looks humanoid, but it's not. But it's very much like a sea monster.
I bet you that's where you get like those old pirates stories. I bet you that's where they
kind
kind of get.
I wonder what they were seeing.
I wonder if the octopuses just kind of looked a little, kind of like humanoid, and
It had to be
also
something.
if you think about it, back in those times, you're on a boat, kind of small, you're with a whole bunch of men, whatever, and like maybe like after weeks being on sea, you kind of just like
you're like
go a little crazy.
Yeah, you're a little delusional.
So maybe like at night, especially when they attack at night, yeah, you like see
stuff in the water.
You see some weird shit in the water. And I wouldn't be surprised because like maybe back in the day there was some like, well, like you hear the things about the sea manatees, you know, they're like kind of like fat, not little, but like bigger fat.
Manatees. Yeah.
Seals. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they're like sea cows.
Yeah. So so maybe they kind of saw that and kind of.
I'm sure there has to be like. I don't know, there has to be something.
I see what you're trying to say. I bet you maybe the governments have already like found something and they're like, maybe we shouldn't tell anyone, and so like we're just gonna kind of keep it suppressed, and so like that's why we haven't looked at anything in
right.
The
But I don't think that there's like, I don't think Atlantis is like full of like people.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like I do like. I mean, there's definitely cities that have been swallowed by the ocean, but I mean, there's not like people that can breathe underwater. Like that's crazy.
I don't think that's the thing.
We would have found that already.
What movie was that kind of went along?
Oh,
where you can swim and whatnot. Was it?
Well, like Aquaman.
Was it Aquaman?
Did you watch the new Aquaman? That one, they're like he's like they're like red people kind of.
It was one of the Marvel movies. Anyway.
Oh, Marvel. It was a Marvel movie?
It was either a Marvel movie or more of a show. It was like these Indian Aztecs that got shoved into the water, and so they had like Aztec civilization underwater.
Oh, that's the newest Black Panther.
There you go.
I didn't watch that one. I
enjoyed it. But I don't know if I would recommend it.
Post in-game, I'm kind of just...
That's how I feel about all of them. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I don't know.
Well, that, like, post in-game, like, so that Infinity Saga, that was 23 movies. That's a lot of fucking movies.
Yeah.
I was in it for 23 movies. And there was a great climax with in-game. And then you've just been piddling out some bullshit. Now I gotta watch 9 TV shows or something like that. I gotta watch now there's fucking Thor 4, and then there's Black Panther 2, and there's Ant-Man 3, and they're doing all this other random shit. Like I don't have time, dude. I have a fucking life. Like I can't do that.
You know, I think I don't want to like get into too conspiracy kind of thing, but I feel like I know, yes, you're trying to make money, you're trying to do capitalism, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of this stuff is trying to make us want to watch that stuff so that we don't focus on anything like an entrepreneurial business or anything to like better ourselves. You know what I'm trying to say?
They just want to like inundate us with like media.
Just a whole bunch of media, a whole bunch of entertainment.
So that way it gets
so we can just sit down and not do anything and not think about what they're doing.
Have you seen Idiocracy?
Sounds familiar.
You need to watch Idiocracy. That's a big one. That's basically like, I can't even explain it, but you need to watch it.
Yeah.
I think you'd like it. It's a comedy. It's dumb, but it's like very like, we're kind of on that trajectory.
Yeah.
But then but what you're talking about is like, you see Wall-E, right?
Yeah.
Like they were all just gonna be fat schlubs and like floating chairs, just with TV screens right in front of us, and then the world's just gonna go to shit around us. They're gonna be living on a fucking spaceship.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like we're getting there.
Yeah. Especially with all these fast food companies.
Yeah.
Pushing sugar.
Yeah. And then I gotta get away from the phone.
Yeah.
What are your hours on your what are your hours on your phone? Your phone's recording.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like you can.
It was an hour and a half the other day.
A day?
Yeah.
You're on your phone an hour and a half a day.
I have to look again, but
you know how it tracks your screen time?
Yeah. So usually I just listen to a podcast.
You're not like TikToking, Twitter, and Instagramming, like scrolling?
I don't have TikTok. I don't have Instagram. I don't have any social media. I downloaded YouTube just because of this, because we're about to start posting stuff. And so like I've been watching YouTube Shorts for like a little bit. So I try to prioritize like trying to do stuff around the house, or taking a nap when I can, or doing stuff I mean, can.
We're young. Like
yeah.
In high school, you're not like big social
I was big social media.
Like everybody was on social media in high school. Especially like when we were in high school, that was when social media was like really blossoming.
Yeah. I went for a while when I wasn't doing any social media whatsoever. Well, I stopped because I don't like seeing like all the random drama or like just like I get stuck into it.
Twitter is like, especially with all like the politics that's on there
It's
now.
really annoying.
Because so like, I know we said we want to talk about politics, but like I'm just gonna talk about Twitter, the Twitter aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's like on Twitter, it's like
X. Don't say
on
Twitter.
X, like you never see the middle, right?
Yeah.
You always see the extremes, and so if whether or not you're left extreme or right, whether or not you're left or you're right, you're gonna see the opposite extreme, and it just pisses you off.
It's the algorithm to make you want to keep looking at it.
Yeah, because you just want to scroll and you want to reply, you want to say fuck you, and like it's just like you want to get angry, and so it's like I'll be reading something and I'll see something, I'll watch it like this motherfucker, and it's like then it just ruins my day. And then I'm like taking it out on Courtney. I'm not taking it out on Courtney, but I'm like Courtney. I'm talking to her about it. And she's like, "Shut up! Like nobody cares." Yeah. But it's like you never see the middle. Like, cause if you like when you go to like work or you go like you just go out and about, like 99% of the people you see are just fucking normal, just trying to like make a living and cash a paycheck.
I don't think they want you to see the middle.
No, because
no one wants to see the middle.
The middle doesn't get you to go vote.
Yeah,
it's the other stuff. You're like, because then if you're on the left side, you're on the right side. And you see if you're on the left and you see the right extreme, or you're on the right and you see the left extreme. You're like, those motherfuckers. We gotta vote so they don't get in the power. Like that's what it is. It's just it's pitting us against each other. But everybody is pretty much in the middle. Whether or not like you're further right than I am left, or I'm further right than you are left.
Yeah.
It's like we can sit here and like have a podcast and be friends and hang out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna like say fuck you and never talk to you again.
Yeah.
Like that's how the majority of people are.
I think that's what they want us to do.
They want us to fucking
be mad at each other.
Be mad at each other.
So we can't stand up together.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But that's why I need to get away from. I gotta get away from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
X. I kind of just need to get away from social media in general because it's like I go like I'll click on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, once I'm on Facebook, Twitter. Once I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat.
I sometimes think
TikTok.
it's a waste of time because like, what could you have done? Could you have done the dishes during that time?
Well,
clean the house during that time.
So here's my thing though, like in those like, you know, like there are times where you just have like, I got like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time. Yeah, I don't have time to like do a little laundry. I don't have time to do this completely. I don't have time to go do that. Like I got 15 minutes where I just have nothing to do. Like, or I don't have time to do anything right now. Like, what do you do in those 15 minutes if you're not on social media? Like, what do you do? Like, if you're just sitting there, let's say, like, you're sitting at, like, a doctor's office. Like, there's nothing you can do but just sit there and wait for 30 minutes.
I used to have games, or I would check my email, or I just, like, just straight, like, actually, like, just sit there.
Just sit there. It's like, what do people do before? Oh, yeah, I can daydream all day.
Yeah, either daydream or like think about what I need to do next.
Dude, if I thought
really
about
evaluate myself sometimes.
You just start really getting really introspective in like the waiting room.
Yeah, you really fucked up 10 minutes ago.
Just like, fuck, man. I should have gone to college.
Yeah.
Just like, you just like start crying.
Yeah. So you're in a waiting room. I don't know why you're crying.
But that's like, what do people do before phones? Like they just had to sit there and wait. What would they do?
I really think because sometimes you'll like today. I went to go get a haircut, and
I thought you got a haircut. I was gonna say something.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it was me. So I'm 25, and then like a high school or college age guy.
Yeah.
And then two other guys. They were kind of older. I want to say mid 30s to 40s, and then another older guy, 60s to 70s, sat beside me. I was on my phone. And kind of like on and off my phone doing stuff.
Okay, but what were you doing though?
What was I doing? I was texting Sarah. Usually I text Sarah or text my mom.
But what happens if like nobody's talking to you? Like, is your phone ever just like dead? Like nobody's communicating with you?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I see people, like maybe it's younger people, but like they're like constantly having somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's where the Snapchat comes in because you can really just Snapchat anyone and not say anything.
Yeah. Like, but I just don't. Maybe it's just because my circle is small. I don't have people to just talk to all day. Also, I guess we're out of high school, so like
you're out of high school. You don't see as many people. Also, you have a girlfriend, and so like you don't.
That's true too. Like when
because
you have like a significant other,
Yeah, you don't want to talk to anyone else.
Well, but it's like, so like if you're like a single man or woman, like then you might have like multiple people that you're talking to.
Yeah. That's how I was. So you always had like someone else to Snapchat. You're always trying to.
You always had someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always trying to like find a date or something like that.
Yeah.
But now it's like once you're in a relationship, it's just like
either text them or you text your friend, or it's usually I just
do you
text.
Do you have friends that you text?
Sometimes I'll give them like hey, I hope you have a good day in the morning. That's it. Or like sometimes something happens.
You're a good friend. I'm not a good friend.
Yeah.
Like I'll go weeks without talking to my friends.
I usually try to hype them up for a day just to give them positive.
Well, I mean, I had a friend from work, right?
Yeah.
Best friends at work. Well, I'm like, oh, this dude's like
outside work.
This dude's like my best friend. Like, no, then we're hanging out outside of work, like doing all this stuff. Lived right down the street, and then gets another job, moves like 20 minutes away. And I have not talked to him.
That's how it goes.
But I mean, it's just like, how do we like go from just being like super cool, like best friends, to like now all of a sudden he just like is 20 minutes like so inconvenient that I just can't be friends with him anymore. Like
that's just life. That's just because you're not seeing him in high school every day. You're not seeing him in college every day.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him at work every day anymore.
And so yeah, you just don't have any.
And like we're both busy. Like we're adults. Like he has a family.
See, that's the thing. Like you don't have time to have a relationship, like a friend relationship.
Yeah, because like most of our interaction was at work.
Yeah, and that was convenient, easy enough to be like, hey, what's up, dude? How you doing?
Yeah.
But like now it's more like, okay, I'm trying to upgrade myself in life, so I'm trying to just stay on my job, trying to.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like now it's like, you know, especially like with the jobs that we have, it's like you have a lot of work in the evening, and that's like the only time where most people can hang out, or it's like you have to work on the weekends.
Yeah, I've noticed, especially in adult life, friends wise, you have to move mountains to be able to go hang out with someone.
Yeah, it's not high school,
and you have to kind of like surrender or give up something. Like now you could probably be sleeping. Like I could probably be sleeping, or I could probably be hanging out with my wife.
Yeah.
My son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's hard to have friends. Like, do you still talk to your friends from high school? One.
I talked to one of my friends.
I'm now. So it's like I've really fluctuated. Like, so I mean, video games is a good way to like connect with your friends. Mm-hmm. So it's like when I was in college,
that's easy.
But once I got to college, like my video game playing went like way down.
Yeah.
Well, it's just once like the internet was always shitty, like because in the dorms or like in the houses that I lived in college, like the internet was always shitty because there's like 3-4 guys at the houses like all the time. So it's like I never played video games, or it's like with practice and class and homework and like just hanging out with the friends that you have in college. It's like I just never had time for like video games, I thought. And so it's like they're like in college, like I was not like the best friend to my high school friends.
Yeah.
But like we were such good friends. Like now that I'm like out of that, and I talk to like 2 people from college. Like all the different teammates I had, all the different friends I had, like all the different people I hung out with, like I talked to like 2 of them.
I just have my roommates.
Yeah, so it's like, and you think like, oh, we're gonna be like best friends forever. Like, oh, like when you're in college, like you're drinking with people, you're like, oh, dude, like we're gonna be friends forever. Like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like there's people like you like have really good friendships with, and then you just like once they leave the school or once you guys graduate, you're just like I'm never talking to that person again.
My parents have a group of college friends that they talk to like once a year maybe. Like they'll like give them a phone call. Be like, hey,
well, I talked to one of my good college friends, like one of my like 2 like best friends from college. I talked to him today. Yeah. But like my high school friends, like I used to have like a big group who played video games. Like there's like 3 of them I kept in really good contact with, and I still kind of like we'll send each other like we have like group chats on like Twitter.
Like a meme.
Like we have like group chats on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah. So we're always sending each other posts and like talking to those a little bit. Yeah. But like the one like there's like 2 that I text regularly. Like one like I text like as regularly as I can.
Yeah.
But I mean he's engaged. Like he's got like he's got a job. Like I mean I got a job. It's just it's hard. And it's like the way that we would connect was video games, but like I just don't have time. I'm always like, oh dude, I'll play this weekend. I'll play this weekend. I just and then in my downtime, like I want to just like lay down. Like I want to watch TV. Like I don't want to have to be like fucking like losing my mind on a video game.
Yeah. It's like a hobby, but like in life, you just don't have the time to want to or whatever. I nowadays, like I know I applied for like that certain job, but like I haven't even plugged in my Xbox. Like since I moved, and it's almost like a time of wasted time.
Yeah, it's like all like, man, I used to love video games, man. Like that used to be my fucking jam. Like putting hundreds of hours into games, just like rotting my brain.
High school.
Yeah. Oh, high school. That was what I did.
I think it was like a dopamine release, and at that young age.
Well, like in high school, like
so much.
Like some kids like in high school, so it's like I played sports. I just played a sport in high school, so like that took up a lot of my time. Like I was in like advanced classes, so that took up a lot of my time. And it was like a good way to connect with my friends. Like what our hobby was, like we would play video games together. Like I didn't like some people in high school, like they'll party in high school, like they'll go do stuff like that. I just wasn't in that. Like I was a fucking nerd. Yeah. So it's like me and my friends, like we would come over and we'd play video games.
Yeah, bring your TV.
We'd have 3 TVs, 4 TVs set up in the bedroom, just gaming like all weekend. Yeah. But then in college, it's like, oh, now I just really fucked up. Like, and it's like, so I just stopped like connecting with my friends that way. Yeah. But now it's like you try to get back, but it's just like you can't. Like I just don't have time now.
It's different when you're trying to make money. It's different when you're trying to have a personal relationship with your significant other. Yeah. Have a dog. Yeah. Have a beta.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But, yeah. Like I have to take my dog on a walk after this. Yeah.
We
do you need to call it?
Yeah, I need to call it. I don't know.
It's 9. Yeah. We wanted to do an hour, but we're coming up with 2-ish.
I think we're at like an hour and 20 minutes now.
Well, I guess because we kind of bullshitted beforehand.
Yeah, for
and I had to clean the table up and stuff.
We only got to one of our topics. We got so many things to talk about, dude. Yeah.